Everybody. Welcome back to the Juniper Veil. So I got this really great deck. It's an oracle deck, and I wanted to show it to everybody. I also wanted to show it to you before Halloween because it's very Halloween oriented. And my match would not light my candle. And I got it from Etsy. Let's see, the name of the store that I got it from is 78Tarot. And it's a Creatures of the Night deck. Really cute. Um, all the cards are made by different artists, and the meaning of each card has a really cool story with each card, which is nice. So I'm gonna do some quick polls, very like short ones, so that I can tell you about maybe the meaning of each card. Um, I actually did not get to shuffle them yet. I'm gonna put some Florida water on my hand. And I'm gonna do some shuffling, but it comes in a really nice box. I like my sage. So it comes in a nice box here. This is called Creatures of the Night. They also have other decks as well. This is the Oracle deck. So it has a nice little box. It has that Mark Twain quote on the inside. Everyone is a moon. It has a dark side, which he never shows to anybody. I believe you might be able to buy it with a book. I'm not sure, but I got the PDF version. And you can see on here it has a little bit of a shiny kind of tin foil kind of look to it there. Very nice cards. Pretty big. The side is just like a matte black, which is nice. So I'm going to do some quick polls of these cards. I'll have to look up the meaning in my PDF for the cards. So I hope you don't mind that. I think I'm going to do, I don't know. I've never looked at Trump's health really. So I'm going to try that, see what happens. And I'm just going to do the 3-card poll. So kind of like what the action is, what needs to be done, things like that. It doesn't want to load my PDF now. So I'm just going to lay out some of these cards so you can get a good look at them. So I can go through my PDF. As you can see, they're very colorful. Each card is a different artist, and they list the artist's name on them as well, which is very neat. And it is Halloween oriented. Save files. I just have to reload my PDF for some reason. The people who make these cards, I think it is 3 women that sort of have the store, the 78 Tarot. Very nice. If you have any questions that you want to ask them. There's my Oracle guidebook. Okay. So there's also a writer who wrote the story for all the cards. In the guidebook, they give you kind of examples of some 3-card spreads or other type of spreads you could do. I'm going to do a situation action outcome over Trump's health. And I'll hold up the cards more for you as I pull them. But they're really neat cards. I really love the stories that go with them. Still learning all the cards, but the stories really help you to remember what the cards mean. So it's very helpful to have that story along with each one. You can even see some of the the artists have like drafts of their art as well in the guidebook, which is really nice. Okay, so I'm gonna do 3. Trump's health. What's the situation? What action should he be doing, or does he need to do, or was he taking at the moment? And what's going to be the outcome? Right. Right now, I'm just shuffling them like this. They're very big cards. As you can see, they're very big cards. So. Okay, let's get started here. Situation, zombie. Look at that. Look at that card. Zombie. And you can see they have the artist's name on the bottom, Stefania Russo. So she created this card, zombie. That's the current action. That is very funny, actually. I mean, current situation. Action, the black cat. Look how beautiful that is. I just love this card. Ambi Sun created it. Isn't that beautiful? And then the outcome. What's the outcome going to be? The monstrous hand. Wow, look at that. Created by J.D. Donnelly. Monstrous hand. All right, so what does this mean? What does this mean? It's funny that I got like what is current, the situation currently, and I got zombie because kind of in a way it's very literal, right? He kind of does seem a little bit like a zombie, especially if people are saying he may be struggling with dementia. He's kind of not all there, right? So the zombie in this deck, the keywords are togetherness, flock, closeness. Um, and the question to ask when you get this card is how can I patiently wait for help? So is he being patient? Probably not. He never really is. The story for this, right? The moon rises on Halloween night, but clouds and mist obscure the true nature of the world and those who inhabit it. What had once seemed to be some unruly horde of gentlemen slowly pursuing a lady changes when they get closer. She is a zombie carrying a jack-o'-lantern for Halloween. Sad, vulnerable, the loss of her life written across her face, but no aggression, no violence to her. She is followed by several figures, but she does not fear them, her steps slowing to wait for her flock, knowing they will bring her home. Oh, that's funny. It's kind of like saying his administration are all just kind of zombies following her. If you have drawn the zombie, you are asked to pause for a moment. Assistance is coming, and you do not need to rush in, at least until it arrives. Don't make yourself more vulnerable by going it alone. So don't tweet in the middle of the night. Don't rage tweet in the middle of the night. Um, when you know you have already faced so much, your people know that you are protected and supported within their care. Learn to rely on your flock, understanding the strength they lend you, the love and security they bring to your mind, body, and soul. They are home for you, so embrace them. So it's funny with this card because I feel like just from the offset, the zombie just seems more like, Trump is sort of losing it, entertainment purposes only. But it could also be saying that, he needs to let people take care of him right now, whether he is or not. I don't know, right? Maybe he's not the type to want help from those even in his cabinet. He has to be in charge, which is probably not good for his health. Maybe he doesn't listen to the doctors, right? He has all these doctors around him. Maybe those are his flock right now because they're trying to take care of him. But is he listening to him? Who knows? So the action, black cat. I love this little black cat. So cute. These cards are just so beautiful. Black cat is about mystery, magic, and wisdom. So where can I focus my energy best? So this card, he needs to focus his energy if he's going to get through this health situation. The story behind the black cat. In the witch's hut, a black cat sits staring at the waning crescent moon through the window. This is the witch's familiar, her companion, her guardian, her helper, poised and expectant. The altar is set for ritual, tomes bookmarked, and ready, powerful sigils and runes etched into the surface, candles lit, information. All is ready. But as they hear footsteps approaching, the cat turns slowly, eyes wide, the flames flickering in some unseen breeze, the sigils and runes glowing. Is the witch the creator of these magics or the cat? If you have drawn the black cat, you are charged to celebrate the unknowable, mysterious qualities of life. It can be tempting to try to uncover every truth, to spend all your time dedicated to discovery. But you are not meant to know everything, not meant to understand everything. The universe is so much bigger than our comprehension. If you accept you will never learn every secret and embrace the oddities and mysteries of life, you remain open to the messages the universe is sending your way. So, if Trump wants to get better, or as he says, get into heaven, he needs to focus his energy on the mysteries and know and being able to say, "I don't know everything." To me, that is not his personality. He's not going to do that, right? So he could be gaining wisdom, but because of the way he is, with the way we see him act, he's really acting opposite that. So he's not doing the action that he should be doing. And then lastly is the monstrous hand. So this is the outcome. Is it the outcome for if he follows this advice, or is it the outcome if he doesn't? So the keywords for this are resilience, tenacity, strength. How can I withstand this? Deep within the sprawling manor, the world is quiet and still. The inhabitants either away at Halloween parties or safely tucked up in their beds. The silence only broken by a rhythmic, incessant skittering, and soon enough a monstrous hand comes into view. This creature, once a mere appendage belonging to another, has now taken on its own life. It doesn't need anyone else. The wisps of magic that animate it spilling over, flowing through its rings and cuff, the decorations almost appearing as an eye to guide its way. If you have drawn the monstrous hand, you are prompted to appreciate and understand the courage and fortitude within you. When facing hardships, it could be easy to feel overwhelmed, to believe you cannot withstand the blows that life is serving you. But you have already endured stresses that would defeat others, and every adversity has made you stronger, more tenacious. Now you have the inner strength and resilience to endure this. It will not break you, nothing can. So I think what this card is saying is if Trump depends on his doctors, if he gives up the fact that he doesn't have to always be in charge and he doesn't know anything, he could have a good outcome. I don't think it's health wise technically. I think it's more spiritual. Like if he wants a better outcome spiritually, this is what he has to do. Because in the end, once your health becomes so bad, you can't really fix it, right? So that's why I think this is all spiritual. He is lost spiritually. He has, people he could maybe listen to. Maybe this flock isn't the doctors. Maybe this flock are relatives that have passed that are following him around. And he has to listen to what they're telling him for him to spiritually sort of, I don't want to say get better, but maybe learn a bit. Um, so if he does that, if he understands that he doesn't know everything and becomes humble, then he'll gain some type of wisdom and resilience for his spirit. But if he's not willing to do those things, I don't think he will. He'll have to see what happens on the other side. When I don't know what that is, believe what you will about that. That's up to everybody's own choice. But yeah, so as you can see, these cards are beautiful. So I just want to do a quick reading about that, just to show you how wonderful these cards are. Maybe I should do one more because they're fun and I really like the stories attached to them. What can I ask? What can I ask? What can I ask? What is. How about this? The Democratic Party. We're going to do a 3-card for the Democratic Party. We're going to see what their situation is, what their action needs to be, and what the outcome will be if they follow that action. Hopefully I'll get different cards because I just want to be able to read more stories. One more shuffle, one more shuffle. I feel like it. Oop, that one fell out. Oh, 3 of them fell out. Okay. 3 of them fell out. Let's see. Let's put them in this order. On Rio, I think that's how you pronounce it. Ominous tree. Nightmare. Oh boy. This is scary. Okay. I'm not 100% sure if I'm pronouncing this correctly. The Onryo. This is by Nadia Rosa. Or Rosa. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? I love it. I love it. So the keywords here are grudge, pain, release. Where do I need to release grudges? Through murky black clouds, the moon itself turns blood red, forks of lightning and rain reddening in response. But the streaks of lightning bring no relief to the gloom, and just when it seems as though the night cannot get darker, as though blood is dripping from the sky, an Onryo appears. Spell casting as they appear, pouring anger and pain into the ground, its downward hands forming a bridge between earth and itself. Blackbirds sweeping in to take advantage of the carnage that follows. If you have drawn the Onryo, you are entreated to mitigate your emotional pain and alleviate your anger before it affects more people than just yourself. When you are hurt, when you experience emotional pain, it can plant seeds of anger and vengeance within you, making you respond harshly, hurt others, and hurting yourself even worse in long term. But if you find release for your pain, for your anger, you can free yourself to walk a new road instead, making a fresh start with you in control. So a few things popped out for me for this. So one of the things that popped out is first and foremost, there is a lot of anger, right, about what happened with the previous election and what's going on now, especially with the administration. There's also a lot of anger within the Democratic Party between younger and older Democrats, right? So I see this as being, if the Democrats want to succeed, they have to release anger. They have to release if they want some type of revenge. And they have to understand that they need to walk a new road. They can't go back to the old. They have to start the new. So I think that's the situation that they're in right now. This guy, Ominous Tree by Amelia Leonard. So beautiful. Look at that guy. Ominous Tree. I think he's got some bones hanging off of him too. All right, Ominous Tree. We're looking at courage, determination, and audacity. Where do I need to be bold? Within the enchanted forest, there is a clearing, and very few venture near. The ominous tree has dwelt here since before all the other trees were saplings, its trunk now more holes and hollows than wood, the gaps and breaks forming a face over time, making the tree even more sinister and baleful. Only the most wicked of the forest's creatures or the bravest individuals would willingly seek out this glade or the ominous tree, its branches littered with macabre treats and offerings from some of the darkest. If you have drawn the ominous tree, you are urged to jump in with both feet and dare to be brave. You know what you need to do, so even if it terrifies you, go for it. Dig deep, tap into the wells of daring and tenacity inside you, and take that first step onto an unknown road. Nothing is beyond you, regardless of how scary it is. You have the courage to confront all the challenges you'll run into, to forge an entirely new path, if you need to, in order to follow your passions. And your achievement will be all the sweeter for it. So that, I mean, do we need to even talk about that? It's basically saying forge that new road and be brave about it, be bold, right? Everybody, a lot of people are saying the Democratic Party needs to be more bold. So if they want to achieve, I think, a good outcome, they need to do that. They need to be bold. And we're left with the nightmare. So this is a little worrying, right? We have the nightmare, as we call it. Cynthia Cotter, beautiful card. The nightmare. So this is a interesting conclusion. Nightmares, worries, fears. How can I take control of my fear? So on Halloween night, the clouds and mist come in, and across the world, all is darkness. The gloom is overwhelming when suddenly pinprick lights appear out of the dimness. But before fear and doubt can turn to hope and relief, the source of the glow is determined, and terror sets in. For the gleam is the horrifying, fiery glare of a nightmare charging toward their victim. Nostrils flaring as though also made of flame, their mane formed by tendrils of smoke, which add to the murk. If you have drawn the nightmare, you are cautioned to take control of your worries before you ride away from you. Stress is a natural, ingrained reaction, your body's instincts working to protect you. But it is all too easy for apprehension and tension to warp your waking fears into nightmares. For nightmares, an incessant terror to erode your peace of mind even further, eventually affecting your physical health. So you need to stop the cycle, to master your worries, and from there to take back control of your mind and your body. So that's almost the same thing, like being bold in a way, right? So if we can't fall into the what ifs, we can't say, what if this happens? What if that happens, right? The Democratic Party has to be bold. If they're not bold, they could, what's the word I'm looking for? They could falter. But if, let's see, if they are strong, if they master their worries and their fears, they can take control. So I think their boldness is going to help with that, right? They need to, almost all these cards say that you need to be bold in some way. You need to forge a new ground and you can't be afraid of it. You need to be bold and you can't be afraid of that. And you need to protect yourself to stop a cycle. You need to master your worries. You cannot be afraid of your worries either. So this is all about taking control, showing that fortitude, showing leadership and showing strength. And that's what the Democratic Party, they have to do. They have to do if they want to be successful. Otherwise, they may falter. Yeah. So that's all I'm going to do for now. These cards are a lot of fun, though. So hopefully, I will get to more of these before Halloween. I'm pretty busy. I don't know if you, I made a post of The Dark Side Arts and Oddities Expo I went to recently was a lot of fun. I got another set of cards there, which I will show you as well. I got some other things there too, which I will be eventually able to show you. Um, and yeah, I think that's it for now. Think good thoughts, everyone. Don't wish ill on anyone. Just imagine the greater good for everyone and strength for the Democratic Party. Have a good night.